Hi there, I'm back again with another book that I made using the Christmas Emporium collection from Graphic 45. I had done another video where I had mentioned that I had to order some extra paper because I had a request for a custom order that had wanted 2 previous books that I had made, but I didn't have any more of. So I ended up with extra paper, and I am using it for cards, and I made a couple of extra books. For this book, what I did is I used 6x6 pieces of black chipboard, and I used my cinch to bind this book. I didn't use rings. For the cover, I left it pretty simple. I did use some stickles on the Santa. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up. I used some stickles on the Santa's hat and on his cuffs. And what I did on all the sheets of paper is I used my Making Memories distress tool and distressed all of the edges. I like that look, so that's what I did for that. And then of course I inked them up. On the inside of the first page, what I did is I just made a pocket out of one of the pieces of, it's like a card that was on a 12 by 12 sheet, and so I took a tag and I stamped some journaling lines, so there's a journal tag, and then I took a couple of the cards and I made tags into them. You can also use the back for a photo. On this page I took one of the sentiments, adhered it to the bottom. I just cut a mat and put it on there. Used a new Martha Stewart punch that I have, and I believe it's called, it is called Beaded Arcs. It's this one right here. And I used that as a trim here, and then I used some pearl ribbon that I have. I cut it and adhered it. And then for here I used a Fisker's snowflake punch for that corner. On all of the pages also I have distressed the edges before and inked them before I adhered them down. This page here is pretty similar to the one, the previous one. For the pocket I used a Tim Holtz on the edge die, and I adhered one of the little sentiments here. I added another journaling tag, and then I also added some tags in here that can be used front and back. This page I left open, and then I added some holly on the corner. On this page what I did is I created just a little flip up. I've got it tied shut, and on the inside of it there is room for 2 photos. And then I used Stampendous green and red, their bling, the flat bling. On this page I just adhered one of the little tags on the bottom and added some bling to it, left the page open for a large photo. Same on this page, just left it open for another large photo. On here a photo can be slipped in or adhered down, and I used a little red flower on here. For this, as in the other book, I cut out a circle of one of the pieces of cardstock that had some images on there, and then I adhered it to a basil chip and used glossy accents on it for the embellishment for the center of the flower. And that's it. It's a pretty simple book, but there is a lot of room for photos. I used 5 pieces of chipboard, so there are, including the inside covers of both the front and the back, there's 8 pages. So there's plenty of room for if you just need a small book to add photos in. On the back I just added a little die cut from the collection. This book I also will have listed in my Etsy store, and I will put the link below in case you want to check it out. And I will also be having pictures of this on my blog, so you'll get better close-up photos if you want to take a look at it. So that'll be also listed in the bottom. Thanks for stopping by.